The theme for tonight is taisabaki and angles. And I think that, well, without taisabaki, we don't have Aikido at all. You have to work with your taisabaki and create angles to connect and interact with your partner. And so I'm just going to try to show you some pointers that are, I think, important. So I'll just start up with a little formal bow in, and then we will have a little bit of warm up, and then we can start practicing. Of course, since we're doing it on Zoom, I won't be able to interact with you physically, and I will probably talk a lot more than I usually do in class. So bear with me. It's, I think that's the way I think I have to do it. So please, my centerpiece is over there, so I will do this. Just relax for a few seconds and try to relax your facial muscles and your shoulders and everything, and just breathe. All right. Okay, let's start with some warm up. I'll be standing here. First of all, just shoulder width with your feet and connect your hands together and work to the left first, stirring a big pot. And to the right. And vertical. And other side. And from side to side. Follow up with your hip and your pivot your foot. So you end up on your big toe. And down, up, and change direction and push your hips forward, down. All right, now connect like this. Go all the way down, bend your knees completely, and lift yourselves up, and push your hips forward, and look up. I'll do that again. Straight up, and push. One more time. Straight up, and push. And down. And now, stay down and just straighten out your back. And put your elbows on your knees and push out to get a little bit of stretchy inside the, what you call it? I don't know all the words in English. So now take the hand on your knee, straighten out your arm and push your shoulder down. Press your knee out and look the other way. And other side, same thing. Push your shoulder down. And we do that one more time. All right, so feet together, and the feet are pointing a little bit outward like this. So you bend your knees and go up and down a few times. And down, and just sit, straighten out your back. All right, and now feet together and rotate back and forth, and a little bit of bending, and down. All right. Okay, we continue with the legs. Stand like that and go down like moderately, halfway down, and feel the stretch in your psoas muscle here. And the other side. All right, then we go again. And now we go further down. If you like, you can put your knee to the ground or just stay a little bit above. Feel the burn. All right, so shake off your legs a little bit. So we do a little bit of this, rotate your hips. And all right, so wide stance, and put this arm in front of your knee and the other arm stretching out. So you're like working in one plane. And the other side. All right, one more. Okay, so do little shoulders. Change direction, back and forth. Now just up and drop. Up and drop. Hey. Forward. And thumbs up. Thumbs down. And up and down. Hi, head. Side to side. And look back. All right, do a little bit of this. Really relax the arms. So, handshake. Let's do Nikyu. Otegaishi. And change. So this one. And keep it there for a few seconds. The other one. All right, put your hands together and up and stand on your toes and stretch up, 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 and let go. So you pick this big thing up, and put it over your head, and breathe out. Again, up. So that was the warming up. Yes, I wanted to say something about general posture. We talk about when we move or when we stand or stances, we should have our knees bent. Maybe I'm too, no. You should have your knees bent. But when you say that, you might end up in sort of a position where you just sort of sit down because you're bending your knees. And I heard John talk about this square stance, that you're very stable on the ground. And that's actually correct. You feel like you're really grounded now, but it's very hard to move when you do this because you're really sitting down sort of. And there is a cure for this. Of course, you shouldn't stand so with such a wide stance, but rather with a shoulder width stance like that. Not too wide and not narrow, but more or less, I would say, normal. And from there, so I'm thinking, instead of sitting down, when you bend your knee, bending your knees actively like that, try to just now, try this with me, stand straight and instead of bending your knees, rotate your pelvis a little bit forward and up. And now your knees are bent. So they're not straight. And when you have this feeling with the pelvis a little bit more like that, now I'm exaggerating. So instead of this, you should have that. From that to this. So if you can do that, have a little bit forward feeling here. It's much easier to move. So very easy to step and to start moving. There's no real time between thinking to move and moving. You just move. So if you have this general feeling in your hips and pushing your pelvis a little bit, rotating it a little bit like that, you will get this stance. And for some people, it might be difficult because it all depends on how stretched or how how you're configured your psoas muscle. A lot of people are working in the office, sitting all the day, or maybe being a driver, driving the car all day. And this psoas muscle that goes all the way up into the diaphragm or wherever, I'm not a specialist on this, it's become a little bit, it becomes tight. So a lot of people have a tendency to lean a little bit forward because they are tight here. So you should work on this to stretch this so that you can stand straight, really straight. This is not straight. The back is straight, but it's straight in the wrong direction. It should be straight up. So that's just something that I wanted to point out. So work with this feeling. It might look a little bit awkward, but you should try this. And even when you walk, you should be more straight. You can actually step further when you walk than if you do this. You can only step there, but if you do this, you can step there. Look at the runners and look at all the sports people of the world when they, and if you have this feeling in your hip, it will actually improve your whatever, golf swing or tennis swing, or if you're a high jumper, you will go like that, or a pole vaulter, they go like this, pretty much the same. It is everywhere. If you're a skier, if you're a skater, if you're whatever, it makes you move more easily and more adequately, I think. So that's just a little bit a side road. So for now, we will do a little bit of normal Irimi-tenkan practice. This is like zooming in too much. So
that looks good.
Yeah. So usually when we do Irimi-tenkan, we will go 180 degrees like that. So everybody knows that. So we are going to do something different now. So just very, very easy. We'll change Hammi. It will be a very small Irimi. So Irimi-tenkan only 45 degrees and minus 45 degrees. So if you work with me, we try this together. And we can work with our arms up and down like this, really relaxed up and down, and synchronize with the stepping. When I go, I lift my arms, and when I do tenkan, I let them drop. And the arms go only up and down. I don't do from one side to the other side like that. It's just up and down. You Americans, you know the cowboys had their guns here. So you take your hands to your guns so that you can take them out. You don't put your hands behind your back. Put them here. So it's like this, up and down, up and down. Very easy. Okay, so let's continue with another different angle. Now we go like a 3/4 Irimi-tenkan. So that means we have 45, we have 90, and then we have like, what's that, 135. So I step not on the line, I step outside and I turn. And I go back to where I was. I've done the same thing. Okay, let's go outside and turn. Outside. Of course, you can use 90 degrees and come here and back. So, and of course, it's even possible to go more than 180 degrees. So, but then you have to step on the line and turn a little bit extra. We do that also. So I rotate and I step, when I step outside the line, I go this way. A couple of times more. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit more about what I'm doing. The Ikkyo Undo can look different when you do different techniques, but for Ikkyo maybe it's more up here, but sometimes it's like this. And I want to show you. I imagine this is some sort of, I would call this my shield. This is the limit of my integrity. So this is my shield, that anything that comes within its range will be caught by this or this. So the shield is up as it's moving. So it's not here, it's not there, it's not there, it's not there. It is everywhere. That's my imagination anyway. So, and what I was doing just now with the different angles that I'm going to talk about now is that many times in the dojo, we practice, and especially for new beginners, we practice in a pattern of 0 and 180 degrees. And that is many times because of safety reasons, so that we don't fall into the people that are practicing beside us. So we keep working on the same strip of tatamis. But if you only work like that, 0 and 180 degrees, it limits also the ways that you are able to do the technique. And sometimes you really need to do it differently to really connect and integrate with the partner. So you want to, I'm not going to say hit them, but you need to work on the partner in an oblique angle instead of parallel, more or less. So when you're working parallel, your body is not coming to the partner. It's just something happening between with your arm maybe. So you should have some sort of angle to the partner so that you can do your taisabaki to affect the partner and make the partner lose balance. So that's what I'm going to show, some examples of how the parallel working can actually corrupt the technique, and how to make it make the taisabaki work for your benefit. So yeah, and Ingela, oneshimasu. So she's been warming up on the side here. So like John said the other night or last week, the uke should attack a little bit from the side, not from the side, yeah. Because for obvious reasons, if you come from straight, this is not good. It's not good for me, and it's not good for her, because we can hurt each other equally easily. So you have full capability to kick or to punch, and she has also. So yes, but and also when I was a beginner, sorry, we go here. When I was a beginner, this posed a real problem, because they said that the partner was going to grab me like that, and I was going to come hold really tight, and I was going to come around. So when there was a really big guy who didn't want to, comply, it was almost impossible for me as a beginner to do this. And of course, then the partner should attack from the side, and then you can put your connection into the hand, and you can drop it. Now it's in front of you, and you can turn. Much easier. But this is not always happening because we're working on this strip. The partner will actually come like that. So what's happening now? I have to compensate for the partner's bad attack. So I make this oblique angle to her. And now I'm back into this good position. Good for me and a little good for her. I am here and she cannot reach me. Try to reach me, yeah. And I cannot reach her with this one either. But I can control her here. Because I'm on top. So from here. And I can go. So you need this oblique angle to the partner to be able to do many techniques correctly. So this is actually starting. What was I gonna say? Yeah, you have this parallel way pattern of working. So what's happening many times is that the technique becomes a little bit, I don't know, strange really. And so if, for instance, we have, what should we start with? Yeah, we start with I hammi, and I go shihonage, for instance. I go this way, and I end up parallel with the partner. This is very common mistake, I think. And then our contact is right between us. My center is here, her center is there, and our contact is between us. I want to align this contact with my direction. So I have to change my angle. So I change my angle like that. Now my hands are in front of me. Now it's very easy just to lower my elbows and hand down. So we go from here, same thing. No. I do irimi tenkan, and now we're standing parallel. Now I turn a little bit more, and I drop. I just drop my arms down. I don't try to project forward or anything. I just drop my arms and in between my legs. So one more, I will do it more fluently. Yeah, sorry. So it's in tenkan, and I keep rotating. So if we can do, we can do it solo practice, or if you have a partner, you can do actual shihonage, and we can do it together. I will go with the solos, and if you have this, you go irimi tenkan, and then henka, and continue rotating so that you end up in an angle from this straight line. You start on the line, you see that I have a tape here. I start on the line, I go irimi tenkan, henka, and I continue to rotate. So I face a little in an angle like that. So, like that. So you can actually use your arms just like you were holding a bokken, like this. It shouldn't be like that. I mean, okay, bokken can be here, but I'm talking about menuchi. Okay, up, and continue rotating. You do that a few more times, like that. Klockan. Okay. Ja. Yes. Det är det, jag kan inte hålla uppe för att då... I see you. Yeah. All right, let's do next thing. So, talking about traps. So, we have this Ryōte Dori, for instance, and England's coming to make Ryōte Dori. And so usually when we do Tenshinage, for beginners, it looks pretty much like this. So this is very common, that the arms go out like that. And now we are parallel. And if I want to throw her, everything has to go through my shoulder to push her with this. And it's very difficult if there's somebody very heavy. It's actually impossible. So what do I do about this? Well, first of all, Tenshinage, as you know, is heaven and earth. So I would suggest, or in my opinion, this is not Tenshinage. It should be more up and down, like that. Like that. And of course, I make use of an angle towards the partner. So when she grabs me from the front like this, I take an angle, I shift outside, and from this, I don't know if you see me, sorry, from this open position, I close. I make an angle, like 30 degrees or whatnot, and when I do that, I close. So from here, I close. This happens. So from here, close. So I close and I lean a little bit back. My arms, my elbows are more or less connected to my body. And I raise my arm, my hand in front of me, and this one goes down. And I make space with this foot and I throw. Sorry. We go further back. So open, close, and step, make space and step inside. One more, same side. Close, raise your arm, and go. And when I do this, I don't have to sneak my arm anyway. It just connect your elbow to your body and do this. And go towards the partner's thumb or this grip. So one more. Step outside, lean back, step to make space and step inside. Other side. Okay. All right, well, let's try that together. So those who have partners, you do with each other. And those who are solo, you can follow me. So, sorry. So it's like that, and you close, and you lean back, raise this hand up, this down, step out to make space, and then step inside with the other leg. So the leg and the arm work in synchronically. So up and step inside. So we do it slowly. Close. Oh, go up and down. Make space and step inside. So close. Up and down with your arms. Make space and close. And now, of course, the other side, same. Close, up and down, make space, and step inside. Close, up and down, make space, and step inside. And the arm is going like this. The hand is in the plane of in your symmetry plane. The hand is like that. It's not from one side, from outside to inside. It's on more or less in this plane. So one more. Close, go up and down, make space, and through. Last one. Close, up and down, make space, and through. Okay, now I'll be watching you a couple of times. Try really to get your throw arm above your head or on your center line. No. Större. All right. Okay, good. I want to show you a different thing. So if you're ready, so I'll show you one more thing. Let's do Iriminage, Shomenuchi Iriminage. So we have almost the same problem there. So she can come, no, we do this. Sorry, we do this way. When she's doing Shomenuchi, I will now step outside. See? It's hard for me to come too close to her. So I suggest we go a little bit outside. That way I can sort of let her arm slide on my arm. But from here, oh no. From here, I have a little bit of pressure on her arm and she giving me pressure back. Because if she doesn't, I will be here. Oops. Sorry, darling. So one more. Yes. So I have this pressure here. And when I turn, I will drop this arm. And she will drop because she's having the pressure in that direction. And of course, come up. But many times this will happen. Everything is fine, fine, and then let her come up. Oh, sorry. And we end up in a position like this. Again, parallel. And what some people do is that they go down themselves and do this and try and break her balance with the knee and break her over the knee. But it's very likely if somebody is resisting or heavy, that what is going to happen is you will break your own knee. It's happened many times. So please don't shove the partner over your knee with your foot planted firmly on the floor. So this leg shouldn't be forward when you throw. And don't throw over the knee like that, from one side to the other side. Because if the partner is heavy and the foot is down there, you will be trash. This will happen and they will break, you will actually break your knee. All the ligaments inside will just go. So for your own safety, don't do that. You can do it with the kids, but don't say to the kids that that's the way to do iriminage. It's just a way of maybe letting them learn how to fall or something. But don't do it with a big guy. Never do it with a big guy or a big woman, just to be fair. So what you want to do is, okay, sorry. There are many ways to do iriminage. This is just one way of doing it. But the principle is, as I said, don't throw them over your knee and don't plant your feet and throw. You should actually do taisabaki. It is called iriminage. So when you throw iriminage, you do irimi. Surprise. So please, one more. From her. Yeah, that one. You must give him the space. So here, I drop, and here, now my foot will be back here, so that when I throw her, I step. So, step. This is irimi nage. One more. Up. So, if we do that, you can do iriminage any way you like, but make sure that it is iriminage. So you can take down, you can do a big rotation or small, but make sure at the end that it's actually, this is happening. It's very easy to do that if you get the partner close to you. So instead of being beside you parallel, you should actually have the partner something really off balance like that. And your arm can then softly envelop her head. And the thing is, this is like even though I'm a small guy, this should be a little bit like a door, or as we say in Swedish, a barn door. So when this comes, my foot, my hip, my shoulder, everything is working at the same time. So it's like a door closing on you, boom. And it works rather well. So please, if you have partners, try that now. And you who are solo, you can practice with me, okay? So I go up a little bit outside, step outside, turn, make space with this one, and step inside. Walk, drop your arms, make space, step inside. So a little bit outside, turn, make space, step inside. Up, turn, step back, make space, step inside. Up, step back, make space, and irimi nage. Up, turn, step back, make space, irimi. Step, turn, step back, make space, irimi nage. Step, turn, step back, make space, irimi nage. Now I'll be watching you. All right, I'll show you something cool with irimi also. If you stop for a moment. When you practice, it's not, you should practice when you do the techniques, you can practice slowly. There's no need to go fast if you're new to this. So, and use both hands. You have many points of contact in irimi. So, what's going on? One more. So here, this is one point. This is another point. And when I go down, now I don't pull her arm. I don't go first and pull. I have this push and I just drop. And from here, I control her with my hand has been sliding up to her shoulder. So I don't let her up. If you try to go up, it's impossible. So when she goes up, I will let, when I'm ready, I will let her go up. So try, sorry. Try to be really close to your partner. There shouldn't be a big gap, like here. There shouldn't be a big gap here, and then me pulling her. So I try to be on this side. I try to be really close here. So I'm really on her. So I can push or. This is all possible. One more. So you have to connect not only on these points of your hands, but also with the body. So you're really, really close to the partner. And when you move, because you're right on the partner, when you move, the partner will have to move. So that's the idea. So that's why this works, because the partner is here. Anyway, so. Oh, it's so strange. I don't get any feedback at all. So
I think we could do questions at the end and.
Yeah. Okay, so I will show you one more thing that why this closeness can be useful and important in Aikido. So one more thing, if we do like kokyunage, and we do shomunochi again. If you go from the right, yeah. So if I go here, I step outside, I step out, and I turn 90 degrees. And here, I don't go out with my butt and try to push her with my arms. I just really, I use this to move her like I'm a, I don't know. So what's actually happening is that I'm claiming her space. I'm taking her space. So in order to do that, I have to step inside where she is. And so I can't be afraid of making contact with all of this. So if I'm like that, I cannot claim anything. So I go. It's really here on the side. I don't know if you can see properly. But now she was escaping. Afraid of, sorry. That's it, Amar. This side. Yeah. You really have to come inside. Okay, if you want to try that a few times, you have somebody to practice with, and the others can do solo with me. Okay. So now I'm going this way. I meet Tomonochi like that, and I step outside, and I turn 90 degrees, and I let my arms just fall. So it's out and 90 degrees. So this is from the side. So when she's coming with her shomunochi, I do the usual Iki Endo movement. So, and I step a little bit out, 45 degrees. I don't go straight forward. I step a little bit outside with my right leg. And now I come closer to her and I drop my arms. Okay. I come close to her. So you should be so close that it's not your hands pushing on her. So you should be so close that your elbows are in. The whole underarm should be Tarahatan. Therefore, I'll just show. Your whole arm should be in contact with her. And then you push. Like that, not with your hands. So close, everything is touching. One more. Left, like that. Whoop. Okay. So now I'll be watching. Bra. Jag vill bara kolla en gång till. Nej, fel arm. Yes. Okay. Vad är klockan nu? Ja, vi börjar typ 4-5, men okej. So Brian, what do you say?
Thank you so much. I think that's wonderful, and I'd love to, if we could do some Q&A after bowing out, that would be great.
Yeah, there were still some things that I wanted to say, but well, I got a little bit. So let's make a formal bow out, and then we, okay? So. Arigatou gozaimashita.
Arigatou gozaimashita.